English with me. Welcome to all of you, my dear students. Today, I am going to present you a poem of your English, class 10 English book. So myself, Mr. Hemant Kumar Jana, assistant teacher of Pearson Vidyapita. This is the poem in which I am going to explain that poem. So now it is very essential for you to know about this poem. The title of the poem is All Things Bright and Beautiful. All things bright and beautiful. So, in this poem, before we read this poem, you must know about its introduction. In its introduction part, I will tell you about something. So, dear students, we will see and enjoy everything around us. The beautiful sunrises, sunsets, the trees and flowers, the rivers and mountains, the birds and the animals. All these things are very beautiful. We have eyes to see them. We have lips to praise them. So, one question arises in your mind. Who has created all these things? Have you ever thought who has created all these things in the world? And who has blessed us the sense of sight, smell, and feelings? I hope this question also will arise in your mind. Who has created all these things and who has blessed us the senses of sight, smell, and feelings? So, today we learn these things by this poem, All Things Bright and Beautiful. So, this poem is written by C.F. Alexander. She is well known by Cecil Frances Alexander. So, Cecil Frances Alexander was born in Dublin, Ireland in 1880. She is a famous Highland writer and poet. What is Hyman? What is Hyman? Do you know Hyman? Hyman, that means religious, who writes religious songs. That is called Hyman. So, C.F. Alexander, Cecil Frances Alexander is known as Hyman, writer and poet. She is famous for her writing Hyman for children. Her main writing is Hyman for children. So, this topic, All Things Bright and Beautiful, is included in this Hyman for children, or incorporated in Hyman for children. So, all things are bright and beautiful. It is the poem for you. It is the first poem of your English book. So you must read this poem. What the themes are there in this poem? What are the stanzas? What are the lines there? I will tell you about the stanzas. You must learn. You must repeat you must recite this is the psalm which is written by C.F. Alexander. What is the themes in this poem? It is the main aim. So, I am going to recite the poem, all things bright and beautiful. I have taken 3 stanzas of this poem. Only 3 stanzas I have taken, and in these 3 stanzas I will explain it. So, I am going to recite the poem of 3 stanzas of all things bright and beautiful. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Each little flowers that opens, each little birds that sing, she made their glowing colors, he made their tiny wings. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. The purple-headed mountain, the river running by, the sunset and the morning that brightens up the sky. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. So I have taken these 3 stanzas. So now I will explain you which is in these stanzas or in all these lines there are some important words which is perhaps unfamiliar for you. So I have written some words in the placard. There is some words in first stanza. You will learn what is the first stanza tells us. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. According to C.F. Alexander, all things which are around us, which we see and enjoy, all are bright, all are shining and beautiful and charming. And all creatures, what do you mean by creatures? Creatures means animals. Creatures means animals. All animals are great and small. Great means big. In this world, we see all the animals. Some are great, some are big, and some are small. All animals are big and small. All things wise and wonderful. Third line, all things wise and wonderful. All these things which we see and enjoy, all are wise and wonderful, dazzling, splendid to us. Who made these? The Lord God made them all. All things, all animals, all creatures, all things bright and beautiful, wise and wonderful. All animals which we see and enjoy it in the world, all are great, some are big and some are small. So all these things which are made by God. So only God who has made all these things. So in the first stanza, you must learn about all the lines. Then we'll go to second stanza. Each little flowers that opens. Each little flowers that opens. Opens means blossoms. Opens means blossoms. Each little flowers that open. Opens means blossoms. Each little flowers that open. Each little blast that sings. Every flower that blossoms in this world. And each little birds, they must sing. And he made their glowing colors. And he made their tiny wings. He made their glowing colors and he made their tiny wings. What is the glowing colors? Glowing means dazzling, shining color. You must see the color of the birds, the color of flowers. What is the color of flowers? The color of flowers are so beautiful, so dazzling, so shining. Who made? He made. He means here in this line, he made their glowing colors. He means God. God made their glowing colors, their shining colors, varieties, different varieties, colors are, and flowers. We have seen red, blue, yellow, white, all these colors we have seen in flowers. And he made their tiny wings. Tiny wings, he means God. Made. There are tiny wings. Tiny means small. Tiny means small wings. He made their tiny wings. Very small wings. The little sparks, when they began to sing, they began to fly. They began to fly with their wings. So who made these wings? The God made their tiny wings. God made their shining color of the flower. God made the tiny small wings of the birds. So in the second stanza, you must learn about the little flowers, the little birds, and how the little flowers looks like shining, dazzling, and how the little birds are singing, and they are flying with their teeny wings. Then we go to third stanza. The purple-headed mountain. The purple-headed mountain. Mountain. Do mountain head is purple color. Purple means bluish red. Why it looks purple color? It looks purple because when the sun is going to set in the west and the setting sun's rays reflect the head of the mountain. The setting sun's rays reflects the head of a mountain. So the head of mountains at that moment, at that time, the head of mountains looks like purple, means bluish red. So mountain's head looks like purple color, bluish red color. It's a binary. And the river running by. River also running by side of the mountains. All these things. God has made all these things. The head of the mountain looks like bluish red. The river also running by the side of the mountain. The purple-headed mountain, the river running by, and the sunset and the morning. The sunset and the morning that brightens up the sky. The sunset when the sun is going to set. and the morning when the sun rises. In these hours, in this moment, at sunset and at sunrise, at sunset and the morning, that brightens, sunset also brightens of the sky, morning also brightens of the sky, brightens means shining. At morning, the sky looks shining, and at sunset, the sky looks shining. Who has made this? God has made all these things. Sunrise, sunset, morning, all these things. Mountains and rivers, flowers and birds, all these things God made. So, in these three stanzas, you must learn about God's creation. About God's creation. God is the Almighty who has created all these things for us. We see, enjoy, eat, and feel it, and smell it. So, all these things are very, very essential for us because God has made for us to enjoy it. So, these three stanzas have completed. You must have learned this and you try to understand all these lines, all these stanzas line by line, and at home you must note all this about all these stanzas. So there are some questions. I'll write some questions and answers. What does the poet think of all things? First question is, what does the poet? You must know about the poet. You must know about poet. Who is the poet? The poet is C.F. Alexander. Cecil Francis Alexander. So what does the poet think of all things? What does the poet think of all things? The poet thinks that all things are bright, beautiful, wise, and wonderful. The poet thinks that all things are bright, beautiful, wise, and wonderful. This is the first question's answer. Then we'll go to second question. Who has made all these things? All things are bright, beautiful, wise, and wonderful. Who has made all these things? The Lord God has made all these things. The Lord God has made all these things. Third question. What are the little things mentioned in the poem? What are the little things mentioned in the poem? The little things mentioned in the poem are the little flowers and the little birds. Only two little things mentioned in the poem, the little flowers and little birds. Then, how does the poet describe the beauty of flowers? How does the poet describe the beauty of flowers? The poet describes the beauty of flowers in its glowing colors. Why the flower is beauty? Because it looks glowing, it looks shining. So beautiful flower lies in its glowing colors. So the poet describes the beauty of flowers lies in glowing colors. Then next question, how does the poet describe the little birds? How does the poet describe the little birds? The poet describes the little birds. They are singing. And they have been decorated with the little wings. They have been decorated with the little wings. Little birds are singing. And they have been decorated with the little wings. So these are the questions and answers you must learn. I hope it will be effect for you. Thank you very much.